One Piece Chapter 1142 is here and chapter name is The Things I Fear. In the cover we see Yamato defeats Who's Who with one hit. Chapter starts at Walrus School where suddenly a huge snake called Jormungandr appears and chases children. A giant teacher notified other teacher about giant snake. We see other teacher like math teacher Blade, Walrus School principal Kiba and national language teacher librarian Ange. When the snake is about to eat one of the children, an adult giant appears and hits Snake head with a huge hammer. The giant told the children to step out of my way. Then in an amazing double page, Saul appears at the top of a branch and hits Snake too with a powerful hockey punch, smashing it into the ground. Children are amazed to see their teachers save them. We meet Kiba, current Walrus School principal and a former member of the Giant Warriors Pirates. Kiba's face is like a walrus face with two long tusks and whiskers. We don't know if he has any devil fruit power or if he's half mink. Kiba also has a huge hammer with two long spikes, like walrus tusks. Then giant kids learn that their principal was a warrior and Saul was a Navy Army. Saul asks Kiba about giant snake. Then Robin and Chopper appear, they're hiding in Saul's beard. Robin also asks Saul if there are monsters like this in the Sun World too. Saul say no, there should just be normal wild animals. Weird incidents continue to happen all over the school. A teacher called Wolf is found injured and kids are suddenly falling asleep. Saul asks where did Ilva and the other kids go? Giant children say they are heading to the beach. It was so weird, everyone is asleep and don't respond to anything we said. Robin asks if they are asleep, so how they walking? Then we see a group of giant kids walking in line out of the school as they are sleeping. We see one of Gunko's arrow leading their way to the beach. Saul call them to come back but everyone is asleep and don't respond at all. Suddenly some massive shadows appear in the forest and they turn out to be more monsters, so Principal Kiba decides to take emergency measures. Then he blow the horn to let the whole country know and evacuate all school immediately. Then Chopper said Saul to put him down so he can examine them. Cut to the underworld, Loki is standing in front of Luffy and the other with Ragnir in his hands. Despite his injuries, Loki seems fine. Loki then say, you think you can restrain my power with the single Kairuseki cuff left on my leg? How naive. If you want to protect Elbaf, release me immediately. And I will show you right now, whether or not that's just some empty bluff. Hadruden, Luffy and Sanji are shocked. Loki also said I'd hurry up if I were you, if I hit something it's gonna go down. The flame will spread, you know Elbaf's weakness just as well as I do, don't you? Know that I have the power to destroy you all. Hadruden instructed Loki to stop it. Then in an epic double page Loki hits Treasure Tree Atom with Ragnir, he uses it as a baseball bat. Luffy, Zoro, Sanji and new giant warrior pirates are in shock. As Loki hits the tree, a lightning falls from sky and hits the same spot of the tree where Loki uses Ragnir on. The lightning also strikes an area of the branches of Atom Tree when it fell, so that part of Sun World catches fire. In the village giants at the party see that fire has started. Giant said Master Gerald, a fire broke out in the southern part of the island and wasn't that the horn being blown just now? Gerald say fire is bad, hurry with the extinguishing of it. Cut back to Walrus School. Ange tells Saul and Kiba she has seen those monsters before. She explains that earlier in that day, she asked the kids in class to draw the things I fear, so kids drew monsters like Fenrir, Draugr, Loki and even Nika. We see some of that drawing. And now kids' fears suddenly came to life. Ange say this is a world straight out of the children's worst fear. Then in the absolutely epic final double page of the chapter, we see that Walrus School is surrounded by an army of giant monsters that looks like kids' drawings. Saul, Ange and Kiba watch the monsters approaching the school through a forest. The monsters are colossal and each one has a different style since they were drawn by different children. We see a huge dragon, a bear with a helmet, a giant bird, a frightening thundercloud and a ghost. We also see a giant skeleton soldier, Draugr, a giant wolf, Fenrir, a furious giant, Loki, and an evil warrior who looks like Nika's picture that appears in Harley book. Chapter ends with Gunko, Summers and Killingham observing everything in the distance. Shamrock doesn't appear in this chapter. We also see some talking between them. Killingham say alright, everything is in place. Summers say good work Killingham. Killingham say the time limit will be till those brats arrive at the ships. You think they will be able to get them back before that? Summers say love is something that hurts when it's hurt. In the last panel Summers asks Gunko what do you fear most? Gunko say Nika and the chapter is end here.